try this again. Let's try this again. Oh, I think it's good now. Let's try this again. Oh, I think it's good now. Let's try. Uh-oh. Yo, I have no idea what I'm doing, as you guys can see. All right. I can't do a sound check. I need to check my sound some other way. But I think everybody can hear me now. All right. So I'm trying to stream on 4 platforms at the same time. I'm trying to stream on X, YouTube, Pump, and Arena. So I've got 4 things going on over here. So we're gonna do probably like a 30-minute stream, just a little quick intro to a project that I've been working on for a couple of months now, and the project's called BLOXWAP. And the idea is pretty simple, it's pretty straightforward. It is a real-time prediction market. So the idea is that you basically place these micro bets on a screen. The screen is moving automatically, and when you place these bets, if you're correct and you guess correctly, you get a payout, and if you're incorrect, you don't get a payout. And right now, the idea is to incorporate it into something like a perpetual exchange, like Drift maybe. But the way it works right now is it just works as a pari-mutuel market. And so what we're going to do is over the next week, we're going to basically take the product, which is in a simulation mode, and we're going to basically migrate it to production on Solana and allow people to basically place these micro predictions with real money. So let me switch over to the website. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. This. Okay. So this is what the game looks like. That's a little bit messed up, but you can go here on your phone or your computer. The URL is blockswap.com. And if you want to go, you can see all of the links to all of the services or all the different social media networks and the token and everything at links.blockswap.com. But if you go to blockswap.com, you'll basically see this game here. And there's a center price button, so you can see the real-time price of Ethereum, and it's kind of jumping all over the place right now. In the top left, you can switch from Ethereum to Solana. Solana's a little bit easier because it's pretty stable. So Solana's about $2.20 right now. And what you want to do is if you want to make a prediction, you just click anywhere, and that's your prediction. And then if you're correct, you will basically, this will turn green and you should get a payout back. Now, the way this works is that in these grid lines, the closer to T0 you click, the lower your bet is, and the further away you click, the higher your bet is. So each one of these is basically $1 bet from 0 to 13 or 12. So you can't bet out more than 12 seconds. Oh, right now there's 9 people in the game. That's crazy. So there's 9 other people that are playing this game all at the same time. And we're all playing on this Solana mode. So over here, there's a balance button. So if you just click on this in practice mode, it'll let you increase your balance and add more money. I think there's something wrong with the backend server right now because there's too many people hitting it. So these are the types of bugs we're going to figure out. And so you can just switch different modes. So I'm back on Ethereum. And Ethereum is a little bit more difficult. It jumps around a little bit more. So sometimes harder to hit. And then the most difficult, obviously, is Bitcoin, because Bitcoin just goes crazy. So it's, you have to kind of scroll up and down to try to hit the Bitcoin price. Yeah, it's a little bit more difficult for sure. Oh, there it is. Now it's down here. Okay, so this is more difficult. And that's pretty much the gist of the game. There's you can select your market here. You can deposit USDC. This is all simulated right now. But what we're going to do is tomorrow we're going to try to launch this on DevNet, on Solana DevNet. So on Solana DevNet, we should be able to interact with real USDC, real contracts. You'll be able to create a profile and you'll be able to play this game in real time. Now, let's see here. Today, let me make sure this is all set up correctly. 1 second. Close this. So today, as we're testing out the Pump Fund stream, we had to create a coin for the stream. So we made a coin, and let me actually switch to my desktop here. Let's see. What is that? I don't know what that is. Is that this? No. Let me go back. 1 second. Thought I had this set to my desktop, but I do not. 1 second, I gotta put my desktop on here so you guys can see what I'm looking at. Give me a sec. Window. Trying to find all the overlays for this scene. Scenes? Nope. Sound levels, progress. Overlays, here we go. There we go. Okay. All right. And where is screen share? Edit this. Google Chrome. We'll look at this one. All right, there we go. Cool. Okay, so today we did a quick. So if you go to this links page here, so links.blockswap.com, you can see all of the links to all of the official links to the project. So this is a link to the token on pump.fund that we had to create to start this stream. No echo. And then you've got links to the deck screener page, which is right here. You also got a link to Streamflow. So we locked up a quarter of the supply. 250 million of the tokens are locked up. And you can actually see the lockup here, the liquidity that's locked here. So a lot of liquidity got locked. And then these are just all links to the different social media places. So here's the pump.fund profile. This is the X profile. This is Farcaster, LinkedIn, Telegram, and then some marketing pages that we're going to start using in the next couple of days to send stuff. Somebody said, what's that coin CA? Okay. The coin CA. If you go to links.blockswap.com, it's this first link right here. It's the coin CA. Sorry, somebody's asking me here. Let me show you. That's the question. Okay. So I just want to explain a little bit about the game, the product, and how I'm thinking about evolving it and how we're building with the community. So we've got a Telegram channel. If you go to t.me/BLOXWAP, where there's a bunch of people in there, probably like 350, just all joined today. So it's relatively a relatively new channel, actually 383 right now. And we've got a general channel, and we're just kind of chatting about the project and what you could do with the project, how we can work on making sure that there's some value and that there's actually a good community behind it. Oh, people on here are chatting. Also, what you finna do with the fee? So the fees are actually going to go towards infrastructure. So that's a good question. So in order to make, let's go to, it's not live yet. So in order to make this game work, um, we need to actually pay for a couple of pieces of infrastructure. The first thing that we need to pay for is Helios, because Helios is the RPC that connects to Solana, and we need to pay for that so that we can actually get on-chain crypto data in here. The second thing we need to pay for is Magic Block. So Magic Block is actually what allows you to make these predictions on Solana in under 10 milliseconds, or under like 400 milliseconds. So that's what's actually going to allow the game to run. And then the third thing we need to pay for is Privy. And Privy is what's going to allow us to do direct fiat on ramps right into your wallet for the game. And they're also going to host social wallets. So you'll be able to log in with Apple Pay or Google or X or an email. So we have to pay for all of those services in order to make it work. So that's where these creator reward fees are going to go. It's basically going to go to infrastructure to power the game. Wait, where'd the game go? Over here. Perfect. I'll move this over here. So the fees are going there. Buybacks probably. That's actually um, a good observation. There's probably a way to do buybacks as well. So actually, I'll explain the way the game works. So every one of these columns is actually a round in the game. And so when people are making predictions and making these guesses here, and they're getting the responses back, each one of these guesses goes into a round. And when you guess correctly, that payout gets split amongst all of the people that are in that round. So if 5 people are playing and 2 people are right and 3 people are wrong, the 3 wrong people pay the fees to the 2 correct people. And then what happens is there's a 1% fee that also gets taken off that gets paid to the house. So there's actually a potential to do buybacks on this token, this BLOXWAP token, if if it makes sense. There's also another option where you could do equity distribution, because this game is actually played in USDC, so it's going to be actually using USDC on Solana. So there could be another feature where the fees from the game get distributed to the token holders here that have the token on BLOXWAP. So that's another option as well. But we're kind of just going through different ideas right now in the Telegram. So none of these things are guaranteed, or none of these things are actually going to be set in stone yet. Where's the chat here? You need to make the coin be worth it in the game. He knows what he's doing. LOL. Without Rugs BS on TGA, I would have been broke. Stay away. I don't know what this is. Can you beatbox? I cannot beatbox. Dev followed by Tolly. Bullish. Oh yeah, I met Tolly randomly. I went to a coffee shop near my house and he was there, just sitting there chatting with somebody else. So, and I actually showed him the game, and he sent me a message. He said, "When mainnet?" So the goal is to basically get this on mainnet within the next couple of days, hopefully in the next week. We need to test this on DevNet first to make sure everything's working. But then after it's on DevNet and we make sure that all the payouts work and all the predictions work, we should be able to go to mainnet pretty soon after that. Somebody accumulated 1.5%. Uh-oh. Who's that guy? This is me. That's one of these people here. All right, I have chats in multiple places, so I'm going to try to keep up with all the chats. Let's go to this deck screener. It's easier to see. All right. So we got chats over here. Let's see. Pump chat are deadly. Ah. Yeah, they are. Let's see. It says, read these questions. Hey, Joe, do you have any KOLs or key influencers in mind that you'd like to bring in to help promote this? I don't have any, but I would love to work with anybody. If you know of anybody, either come into the Telegram or DM me on X. I'm getting a lot of crazy DMs right now all over the place. So probably X is better. DM me on X. And if you know anybody who's a good influencer who you think I should chat with, there's obviously people that I know that are pretty big KOLs in the Solana space that I'd love to chat with. But I would love to chat with people to get them to practice, play the game, get some feedback, and then help test it while we go to mainnet. Let's see. Somebody said, what is your background and have you launched any other products? So my background, I've basically been a software engineer for like 25 years or something at this point. I spent a bunch of time working in cryptography for the United States government doing PKI work, which is basically just like crypto, but the government's version of it that they've had forever. And so I did that for a while, built some products that are used by like over 100 million people that do certificate management, key distribution. Think of it kind of like MetaMask or like, what is it? Like Phantom, but the government's version of all this stuff. So I did that for a while. Then I moved out to Silicon Valley. I ended up working at a bunch of startups that most of you have never heard of that all pretty much went to zero. And then after that, and then I think in 2013 is when I first saw Bitcoin, and I actually started mining Bitcoin back then, and kind of started to follow a lot of the crypto stuff from back in 2013. And then in 2014, I actually joined Amazon, and I worked at Amazon for 2 years building a mobile point of sale. So it's like those, checkout readers that you go to at any little coffee shop or restaurant, those little card readers. I basically built that for Amazon for 2 years. And then while I was at Amazon, somebody from Uber self-driving car division reached out to me, and they were like, hey, we need people to help build mobile apps for the self-driving car. So if you've ever seen a self-driving car, or if you've seen a Tesla, there's like the dashboard tablet in there. I basically worked on that for Uber for like 4 years. And so I helped build that out for a little bit. And then after that, I ended up moving from the self-driving car team to a different car team, to a different team. I moved to the Uber AI team. So I worked on artificial intelligence at Uber for about a year. We just built a lot of sensor related stuff, mostly mobile for like the iPhone and for Android. So just trying to improve the pickups and drop offs on Uber, making it really easy so that you don't have to like sometimes you go look for an Uber and it like tries to pick you up across the street and you're like, no, I live over here. Basically trying to fix that problem with sensors and, a bunch of machine learning algorithms. So I did that for like a year, and then I quit Uber and then tried to start a couple of companies. So I've been programming crypto stuff on blockchain casually since 2017 is when I started, and then I ended up doing kind of like going professional, and I started a crypto company before and launched a project, which is what these numbers represent for the last project. But that's still going, but I'm focused more on BLOXWAP right now. So that's a little bit about my background. Let's see. You work for the US government? I did work for the US government. It was fun. Let's see here. You keep any of your Bitcoin from 2013? Yeah, actually, I still have it. It's all still in the mining, whatever the mining thing is. I don't even know how if I can get access to it anymore. What was I using? Slush Pool. They probably rebranded. There's probably something else now, but it was in a Slush Pool. Let's see. What's this question? Would it be possible to have a game auto center itself? Okay, so I've heard a lot of okay, so the answer is yes. It is possible to have the game auto center itself. But there's a little bit of a challenge with that. The challenge is if you're on Bitcoin and it's auto centering, every time you tap, that basically takes USDC out of your wallet and sends it to that game round. And if it's somebody's texting me, let me mute this. And so if it's auto centering itself, you're going to run into this issue where you might tap and then the screen moves and then you're going to miss tap. So the way it's set up right now, you basically have to scroll with your finger and then tap and make your prediction yourself, and it doesn't auto center. I could probably add a mode to make it auto center. Excuse me, but that's going to be. I tried it with auto centering and it was crazy. So we can try it again though. I'm not against trying anything again. Let's see. What else? Did you say you work for the U.S. government? Oh, this is the same question. All right, let's see. Where are there other questions? Anybody on here? Bling Blow, bruh. That's right. That used to be my record label, Bling Blow Entertainment. Insane Tech, Perps Prediction Consumer App built by ex-Amazon, Uber, and U.S. government dev. What milestones or growth do you have? Whoops. Hold on. What milestones or growth do you expect with this project in the coming months? I mean, I really want this to be a consumer product for crypto. I feel like there's so much infrastructure in crypto, right? There's like 1,000 chains and everybody's launching a new chain every week. There's 1,000 dexes. There's 1,000 perp dexes. There's 1,000 wallets. There's 1,000 pump.fun clones. And I've even built one. I built a pump.fun clone called Fast JPEG with one of my friends on base. There's 1,000 of everything. And when you look at apps that consumers can use, there's not really that much stuff for people to use, right? Like if you're a regular person who just wants to like get on crypto and just try something for like 30 seconds or like 10 minutes, there's nothing really for you. You have to really like, yes, I can rap. You have to really jump into like a very deep you have to jump into like very deep rabbit hole of like create a token, create an account, and then you have to understand like all of this stuff. This game is designed to be super, super simple. It's designed to just let you tap. That's your prediction. Once the time runs out, then you either knock in or knock out, and that barrier, you're basically creating a barrier option or a prediction, and it's just very simple. It lasts 12 seconds. By the end of the round, you get paid out or you don't if you lose, and it's just a really simple, straightforward game. It's not really designed to be heavy crypto. Like, it's not really designed to be a heavy crypto game, but it's designed to be a crypto game that you can use, that you can play, that you can just casually hop in and hop out. So that's the so yeah, that's the goal. Is like I really want to make something that is easy. That's a real consumer crypto game, because I feel like a lot of people say they're doing consumer crypto, and then you try to use their product, and it's like, well, you got to log in and create this, and you're 10 features deep, and you're not even using crypto before, it takes you like an hour to set it up. This, if you have an email address or an Apple Pay, you should be able to create an account in about 5 seconds. You should be able to fiat on ramp up to $500 in another 30 seconds, and then you should be able to start tapping within another 15-20 seconds after that. So that's the game. Why are you in testnet for 3 months? Oh man, I got distracted. I get distracted quite a bit, so that's why testnet took a little while. Oh, let me hide this. So Yeah, it took a little while, and also I was trying to figure out who to work with. I feel like in crypto, it's kind of hard to find people that you really want to that are really good that you want to work with because everybody's trying to rug you or do a quick pump and dump or launch something and then they don't use it or it's hard to use or and so for me, I spent a lot of time trying to find good people to work with, try to get a lot of advice because the other thing is I don't really know that much about Solana. I just started learning about Solana on July 4th or 5th or something like that because I've been in ETH land since 2017 writing Solidity contracts. So it took me a while to learn. At first, I started to write my own smart contract, and that took like a month. And then I realized that was a bad idea because I don't know anything about Solana programs, and I'm not really looking to try to audit the Solana program. So I just I wrote my own contract, and then I talked to a friend who was basically like, "Oh, you can do this without writing any contracts. You can just use the token accounts and just send tokens back and forth." So then I switched it to that, and then it just took me a while to kind of put all the pieces together, and that just took 3 months. I made the demo version of the game in like 3 days, but then it took another 3 months to kind of get everything put together. How's the platform going to be monetized? So right now there's a 1% fee of all of the successful payouts. So it's a pari-mutuel market. So the losers pay the winners. So if 10 people are playing, 2 people win, 8 people lose. The 8 people pay the 2 people, and then of that, there's a 1% fee that gets taken out from the winners, from the winnings that get distributed to the 2 people. All right, well, that's bearish. Fast JPEG is dope. I can't believe it didn't take off yet. Yeah, I mean, there's tons of token launchers, and Pump.Fun is doing an amazing job of making sure that they try to stay ahead of the game. How often will you stream? I'm actually trying to stream every day this week. So today was basically just trying to get the stream up and running. I ran into a ton of problems, but I finally think I got it working. I'm going to try to make it more smooth tomorrow. But yeah, today was really just a day to get this thing up and running and just introduce myself, introduce the project, introduce the token, and make sure that I could stream on. I'm on X, YouTube, Arena Social, and obviously on Pump. And so today was really just a setup day. Tomorrow, I'm going to try and get DevNet up and running so that we can actually play this with USDC. So if you want to try to play tomorrow and break the site tomorrow, which I'm sure we're going to do, we can use the USDC on DevNet, and I'll post if actually do this. Follow on Twitter. Follow BLOXWAP, the BLOXWAP account, BLOXWAP. It's on X, I guess. So this go here, click on this, follow this, and tomorrow I'm gonna post the link to the DevNet account from here, and then I'm also gonna post a link today to the USDC faucet and the Solana faucet, so that you can get some free USDC and some free Solana on testnet. Did you set the X stream to record? I don't know. My last question. What key marketing initiatives or campaigns are you planning? Oh man, okay, so this is funny. So when I first made this app, I actually have a friend who works at Facebook. And I was at a coffee shop and I went to go hang out with him. And, he's super smart. He's like into AI, ML, all this stuff. And I showed him the game. And I'm like, yo, check this out. I just built this thing. I was like, what do you think about it? And he was so disgusted. He hated it. He's like, this is so degenerate. He's like, why would you even make this? And he was just not excited about it, right? And so I was like, man, he really doesn't like this. And I kind of felt a little bad because he's my boy and I like him. And then what ended up happening is I was like, oh, this could be a marketing campaign, right? It's like you basically show like a 10-second video and all you do is you hear the game playing in the background, right? Like you hear the pa-king, 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 the sound playing in the background. And then you just pan over to somebody playing the game and then you pan back and you show like BLOXWAP or something. and put it in like really crazy compromising situations, right? Like maybe there's like a woman who's like giving birth, and you hear the doctor playing the game, and she's like, "Yo, what are you doing?" So stuff like that. So I've got one of my friends who does AI videos, and he's making a few of these, and then I've also been recording some as well. So we'll put those videos out on like TikTok and Instagram and all the places. But I kind of want to wait till the game is on mainnet, because again, this game is designed to target regular people. I mean, I love all the crypto guys, but this is trying to get outside of the crypto community and go where other people are, not just people that are stuck on, on X all day or in Pump Fun all day. Has this never been done before? There are a couple of competitors that are out there. There's Euphoria, which has a version of this. Super amazing team. There's Rugs.Fun, but Rugs.Fun doesn't actually use real prices. They just have a simulated price, and then they do a round. There's Rush.Trade, which is also cool. That uses real prices, although it doesn't use 1 second blocks. I think it uses like 5 or 6 second blocks. Somebody sent me another one today, but it looked more like Axiom. And then there's one more. I don't know. I've been applying to all these like accelerators and stuff, and they always like, "Oh, who's your competition?" So there's a couple of other places. Buy back now. Okay. I love the internet. Marketing initiatives. Let's see. You gonna stream in cosplay? Unfortunately, I don't have any cosplay, but if I did, I might. Set a daily time regularly to stream. Will be bullish to build the community. Trades are moving. Bots engaged AF. Why not use the creator of the rewards to create a counterparty vault? I don't know what this means. Okay. You're going to have to explain this to me. I'm not that smart. Bro, hope you have farmed us enough to feed a village. Yo, you don't want to go to my village in Africa. It's not nice over there. Set the X stream to record. Either that or make an X thread. Ping ping. Okay. All right. Let me switch. Okay. Now hold on. Let me bring up these other chat questions. Let's go back to, here we go. Okay. More questions. All right. So let's bring these questions back. The main goal is to really get all the DJs to play this game. LOL, so addictive. You look a lot like me. I can't zoom into that. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Yeah, okay, bro. Who are you working with in crypto? I just working with a couple of friends that live near me. Just been tinkering with a lot of stuff, a lot of ideas. We tried to build a luxury. There's like a luxury goods marketplace. I talked to like LVMH and all those guys that run all these high end good fashion places to build a like NFTs for like Louis Vuitton and Prada and all those guys. Built Fast JPEG, which is another product. Just been working with a bunch of random people. Worked with 0x to build a meme coin token flusher. So you know how you get like all these little coins in your wallet, but you're like, oh, I don't know if these are rugs or not, and I don't want to sell them, but I don't want them in my wallet. I wrote a little app to like clean that stuff out. So I've just been playing around with a bunch of random stuff. Let's see. If you implant the token into the WAP, the token wouldn't that be a good idea? Maybe. How does the token fit into the game? Right now, the main reason I made the token was just so I could start a stream. And then the thing just went crazy. So right now, I don't really have a clear way for how the token fits into the game. But, people have been coming up with ideas like buy and burns or like equity distribution, right? Because you've got the holders list. So if you go to here, right? You know who the holders are from down here. So people have been coming up with a bunch of ideas. If you have ideas, talk to me in the Telegram. I'm not answering the Telegram right now just because everybody is everybody is I'm trying to focus on the people that are on the stream right now. Oh, I'm probably missing all of the conversations from Marina too. Oh, there's 5 people over there. Okay. Shout outs to the 5 people on Arena Social. I love this. Best marketing. How long do you figure mainnet is live? So the next step is, I think I posted this in the Telegram, but it's basically 4 steps to go to mainnet. The first step was just to get these streams working, because without these streams working, I can't talk about anything. The next step is going to be to get DevNet running and get people testing this on actual DevNet. So using actual USDC on DevNet, using actual Solana on DevNet, and basically testing it out there. Ooh, somebody just ran off. So that's the next step, is basically to get this thing tested on DevNet. I've got it tested on DevNet, and there's a link, that I've got it running locally on DevNet, but I want to get everybody else on, and I want to get people testing it, and I want to get people to try it, play the game, see where the funds go, and then we can all test it with each other just to make sure it's working before we go live on mainnet. Oh, sorry. After it's tested on DevNet, there's a thing I need to do between that. The next thing I need to do, which I'm going to do after this stream tonight, is I need to actually pay for all of the services that we're going to use for DevNet. So I need to pay Helios for the RPC. I need to pay Magic Block for their RPC, for their Magic router. I need to pay Privy and finish all that stuff up so that you can basically click and like log in with you can just log in with your email or your Apple or Gmail account or your X account. So make it really easy for people to create accounts. And then I need to test the fiat on-ramps, because in the United States, it's easier to fiat on-ramp with Coinbase. But if you're not in the United States, it's easier to fiat on-ramp with MoonPay. So I have some logic I need to test with that. Then we do DevNet, which I should be able to finish all that stuff tonight. We'll do DevNet tomorrow. We need to test DevNet. And then once DevNet is working, all the variables are all set, where we should just be able to switch over to mainnet. And as long as all the RPCs and everything are correct, DevNet and mainnet should operate the exact same way. Mainnet may be a little bit faster. So, and then I don't think it's going to take more than a week, but I've been ambitious before. Counterparty vault is something that when a player loses a bet, the counterparty earns the bet. Oh. So actually, one of the things I was trying to do 2 weeks ago was actually get this thing running 100% on top of Drift, right? Because Drift already pretty much has a maker-taker structure with perpetuals. So what you could theoretically do is open up a perpetual, have somebody take the other side of that bet, which would basically be like this counterparty, and then close the perpetual once the time expires, right? But when I was testing it out, it was a little bit too slow. Hold on. I had to burp. When I was testing out the perpetual bet stuff, it was a little bit too slow. So I'm talking to the Drift team right now to figure out how to see if we can build this like directly into Drift, so that all the liquidity that's inside of Drift's market will basically get injected into this. Because I think that would be a cool way to basically have, you're doing like real actual trading. And then if you're doing it on Drift, you can actually start taking out leverage. So you can do like 100x leverage, because the 3 markets that are currently supported all support up to 100x leverage. I mean, you're still placing like $1 bet. So they're micro bets, $1 to $12 bets. So that you're not opening up like a massive, $1,000 with 100x leverage, but that would kind of be the idea. So the counterparty bet would work if we could just use a real exchange. I already answered this. Yeah, revenue share would hit. Yeah, there's a couple of ideas. How long all that will take. Yeah, like I said, I think it's about a week. Let's see. The token needs utility for the holders to have a reason to hold. I agree. Look at all these people selling. Yeah, I think there's opportunities to do stuff with the token for sure. So you're not wrong. All right, let's go back to the trenches stream because you guys love to be in the trenches. So yeah, you see this here. See this? 250 million tokens are locked for 6 months. March 1st. I tried to type March 21st. I messed it up. March 1st, 6 months. Tokens are locked. So there's no dumping from here. And then this is me. So all these people up here are above my pay grade. All right, let's go back in here. Back into the trenches. I just saw a Monero question. I already answered how long the mainnet. Thanks for clarifying everything. 1 million market, top 10. Got you. Thanks for the stream. What's that app to clean shit out? It's called GSwap, GSwap.com. But it doesn't work on Solana yet, and I'm not gonna make it work on Solana yet. It works on like a bunch of EVM chains. I'm just waiting for the stream to end to buy the dip. Question. Let's see. Dude, there's so many chats. Okay, I've seen all these. Okay. You need a use case for token holders. Got it. Copy. I don't know who this guy is. All jokes aside, thanks. Did Hex Wallet have a token? No, the Hex Wallet app did not have a token. That's just I built an iOS app probably like 5 years ago or 6 years ago that just tracked Hex stakes. There was no token. And I just reused the Twitter account because I have like a bunch of Twitter accounts that I just, once I'm done with them, I don't think I'm going to be rebuilding that app. So it had some followers. The people that are on that account are cool. What I will say is that the token doing well will bring a lot of attention to users of the app. Yeah, I agree. I think people, wait, are you guys seeing this? Oh yeah, you guys are. Okay, cool. Let's see. I need a better way. I need this chat to be inside my main chat window. Oh, that's not it. All right, well, I'll have to figure this out later. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do either. I think people got scared when you said no token utility. It's okay. They'll come back when there is token utility. The thing is, for me to incorporate the token utility, I want to do it with a smart contract. I mean, now that there's creator rewards, maybe I can hire somebody who knows how to program in Rust to take the fees that come from the contract and then distribute them to the holders down here. So if you're holding the token, then you can get paid. You'll get USDC straight out. Here it is. This question right here. I am not mining that. Who's gonna show me the ropes? Dude, you just go to BLOXWAP.com and just start clicking on the screen. You'll figure out what happens. You have infinite money. You can just test it out and try it out. You'll be able to figure out what happens. Do meme coins have utility? No. Similar. Oh, you know what's funny? I just wrote a blog post today. Check this out. Where are my articles? This is not the account that I wanted to show you. This account. Articles. So I wrote this blog post called Meme Rounds. So you're saying meme coins don't have utility. I was thinking about this over the weekend, and I was like, what if you could structure meme coins the same way that you structure venture capital rounds, right? Where it's you basically do like a seed coin, and then that helps you get product market fit, helps you build your community, kind of like what we're doing here. Then you do a Series A coin, which helps you basically grow and scale, right? Because you've already got your community. Now everybody's working together and you're working with the KOLs. You got your B, and then you scale everything out. And I was saying, I mean, there's obviously trade offs, right? Like with some of this stuff. But I was saying is like when people, if you look at like a lot of companies, right? If you look at the Web 1 world, right? In Web 1.0, if you were around in the late 90s, I wasn't really here for any of that. I mean, I was alive, but I didn't get to participate in any of that. But in the late 90s, everybody was IPOing, right? That was the thing to do. Google IPO'd, Amazon IPO'd, that was the thing to do. And that was kind of like the final boss. And then in the Web 2.0 world, you had a lot of these companies start off, but they never really IPO'd. Like you look at Stripe, they're still private. Lots of companies are staying private. They only got to like basically raising from VC, and then they just stayed private. And now Web3, we're in this group chat world where everybody's in this Telegram channel yelling at me, telling me I need to make a token with utility so that it'll pump the price. You know, we people are not even going, and you know, a lot of people in crypto, they don't even like talking to VCs at this point. So it's really interesting to see, you know, there may actually be a way for meme coins to eventually have utility at some point. But I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. It's going to take a little bit of changing people's minds on what they think about meme coins. Let's see. What's the username for the Twitter being Hex wallet? I don't know what that means. Okay, this person asked the same question again. Why do top 10 holders hold 40%? Well, let's see. This is locked liquidity. So this is not tradable. This is a liquidity pool. So people are buying the tokens out of this. And I don't know who these 4 people are. This is me. And then these are a bunch of random people that just bought the token. I don't know who anybody is. I literally have no idea who any of these wallets are. There are people that are excited about the product. Somebody earlier said they had 1.5% in Telegram, I think. But I don't know. I mean, you could say anything other than that you're the liquidity pool or that you're this, because this I know is this amount of tokens that are locked, and I locked them. So I don't know why the top people have 40% of the supply. Big fan. Saw a video of yours in July where you could do. Oh yeah. So the perp bets, the 100x leverage bets, are not there yet. I need to do it with Drift, because Drift lets you do 100x leverage on Solana, ETH, and Bitcoin trades. So it would be possible, but there's still a little bit of engineering that needs to be done. It's always better to use a fresh Twitter. Okay, thank you for telling me that. I appreciate it. I'm glad. How long till mainnet? I don't know. Hopefully a week. See, here's the challenge. I'm the developer, and I'm also doing these live streams. So as long as I'm doing these live streams, I'm not programming. I'm answering questions. So it's going to take a little bit longer for me to get to some of these. It shouldn't take that long, though. Most of it's done. I spend a lot of time just sitting by myself doing a lot of programming and not talking to anybody. So it doesn't need that much work to go. Is it possible to use the token in the game? Not yet. But if you have an idea about how we could do it, either the best thing to do is send me a DM on X. The second best thing to do is come into the Telegram and chat with me in there, or chat with everybody in there. But there's nothing stopping us from using the token in the game. One of the things I really wanted to focus on is making the game use USDC, like use actual stable coins, because I think people are very familiar with what a dollar is and they're very familiar with how that works versus having it just be a speculative coin that goes up and down in value. So if there could be a way to use this. I mean, if you read this blog post here, one of the things that I talk about here is this transparency. Wait, sorry. Oh, sorry, the simplicity, right? Where the coin's distribution is the cap table, right? So if you look at this, right, this is effectively a cap table. There's companies that are worth like billions of dollars that basically literally just all their job is to do this for a company, right? So um, that that is basically highlighting this piece. So maybe there's something we can do with that. I don't know. That is an outstanding question. 1 week till mainnet is the soonest. Yeah, the soonest is 1 week. Hey, Joe. I don't know if it's you, buddy. I don't know. Couldn't sleep. You better go to sleep. We got to go to work tomorrow. We got at least 7 days of this. All day, every day. 40% is your lock token and LP. 25, 35. Yeah, about that. Yeah, about that. Many Solana projects have tried to build games but ended up failing to gain traction or sustain long term growth. What makes you confident that this project will succeed where others haven't? Could you share what unique approach, technology, or strategy has set you apart? Yeah, sure. Sure. Do I have the link here? I don't. All right. So, if you go to the hub here, so these are the technologies that we're basically building on right now. Obviously, we're using Solana because we're on Solana. We're using Magic Block, which gives us 50 millisecond blocks. So it makes this thing super fast. So it's going to feel like it's not going to feel like a crypto project. You're not going to click and it's not going to take forever. You're not going to see the pop up to confirm your transactions. It's just going to be a very simple game where you get to just click and tap and interact with the game like you would interact with any other Web 2 project. So the goal is to deprioritize the crypto aspect of this. The next thing is that we use Pith. So when you look at these prices on the game, man down. Did you guys crash my game? Oh, okay, yeah. All right. So when you see these prices coming in, this is coming through Pith Price Oracle, right? Which is a real-time price oracle. So we're getting prices as quick as possible, and they're streaming to the user. We also want to use Drift as our backend DEX, right, to be able to handle the perpetual trades and then the directional betting. And then obviously it's all powered by Circle, which is the stable coin that's going to power everything. So the whole goal for making this thing work, and when I talked about my history, I spent most of my career working on, well, for the government part, I was working in like a back-end lab in a server where I didn't get to talk to people. But after that, I really like building consumer products. I like building stuff that I can put in your hand and that you can use and that you can play with and that you can actually interact with, right? That's why I worked at Uber on the self-driving car, building the pilot software and the passenger software. That's why I worked at Amazon on the point of sale, right? It's something that people use. So the goal for this and what's going to set this apart is that this is not targeted towards crypto people. This is targeted towards a regular person. I've shared this game with a bunch of random people. I shared this with a friend last week, and he was like, yo, this is crazy. I've shared this with like younger people. I've shared this with all types of people, and it's really, really easy for a normal person to understand what's going on and pick up and interact with the product, right? So the idea behind this is that we want to use the best technology, make this thing go as fast as humanly possible, and then make it so that it's very accessible to people and remove a lot of the crypto jargon and a lot of the crypto stuff. So that's the goal. And if we can do all of that, then I think we should be able to be successful where others have failed. We're on the cap table, boys. Okay. Yeah, we should get we should get Pumped Out Fun to rename this, right? From top holders to cap table. We love Joe. You should live stream while you're programming. You guys don't want to see me live stream while I'm programming. Actually, I can't do that because there's like private keys and stuff, and people have these screen recorders and they'll screen record everything, and then they'll take your private keys, and then I got to deal with locking stuff down. So I'm not gonna do that right now. Yo man, you the man, bling bling ring. I'm about to burn Zen for Phoenix. Okay, let's go. Magic blocks, wild. Yeah, Magic Block is awesome. They uh they have I don't know what their site is called. Yeah, these guys here. Their thing is awesome. It's like a real time engine. They do 10 millisecond blocks. It's actually really cool. It's basically made for games. So it kind of like freezes your assets, puts them on an ephemeral roll up, and then you do your transfers, and then they end up back on mainnet. So it's perfect for this game. All right, I'm almost back to the bottom. Product is fire. Show your product to Tolly. So you know what's funny? Okay, I'll tell you guys the Tolly story. So there's this coffee shop that's near me, and I met a VC there. He invited me to go there, and it's not really the way that I normally go, but I just went. He just invited me over there, so I met him. I met up with him twice, like 2 Fridays in a row, and then some random day I was like, oh, let me just go swing by that coffee shop. So I go walk over there, and I'm sitting down and I'm just having my coffee or whatever, and then I hear this guy talking about Solana and talking about pump fun and talking about all this stuff. And I'm like, I look over and I'm like, there's no way. And it was Anatoly, and he was just sitting there chatting with somebody else. And I actually pitched him the idea. I showed him the product, I showed him the app, and I have a DM from him. He was like, when mainnet? So he's just like you guys, wondering when it's going to be on mainnet. Yeah, the Solana ecosystem has been super helpful. Like everybody that I've talked to, Magic Block team, amazing. Drift team, amazing. Privy team, amazing. Tolly, amazing. Helios team, amazing. It's been like a really, really cool group of people. Do you plan to airdrop for loyalty holders? I mean, you could build a contract. Oh, wait, I'm lagging. Hold up. I don't know. Maybe my kids got on the internet. All right, let's see. All right, we're gonna go back. We're gonna do one round of regular questions. Then I gotta hop off. I gotta keep programming so that yeah, we're almost at an hour. I need to get off and I need to keep programming so that we can get this game launched on mainnet, so that people can stop asking me when mainnet. All right, let's switch back to this terrible chart. Oh, you guys wait till I start doing some TA. You guys are gonna love that. Just wait. All right, let me see if I can find this. How do you differ from someone like Rush Trading? I actually tried to work with them, but they were just not interested. But it's very similar to Rush Trading, I would say. Obviously, their thing is already live and in production. I would say the main differentiator is more like the user experience, right? So Rush Trading is like more of a desktop user experience, and I'm really going for a mobile user experience. I really don't even want people playing this on the desktop. So you can use this inside of Farcaster's mobile app. You can use this just like on the web. It's really designed to be a mobile first user experience. It's not designed to be a desktop app. I'm really not going for the desktop community with this one. So I would say that's probably the big differentiator. But the dev on that is cracked. I would love to work with them. You have 5,000 people on the wait list. I think I have 11,000 people on the wait list. There's 5,000 verified people, but there's 11,000 on the wait list. So, that's another thing. We can email all of them because they gave me their emails. So we have 11,000 people we can email when we go live. Remind me. Somebody remind me. Actually, you specifically, you remind me. Yo, your profile picture is bonkers. Reposted the stream. Hey, bro. Hey, bro. We need mainnet live ASAP. Yeah, I agree. But I'm here for you right now to chat with you over launching. I'm over here now. What's up? Oh, you left the. Welcome, welcome. Pump got glitchy. Cool project. Bunch of engagement. Yeah, it's been pretty cool. It's like somebody in the Telegram was like, China's waking up now. I was like, great. I only know one word in China. I guess like, or how to say hello, which is ni hao. That's it. And wo jiao zhou blau. Impatient Jeets. Oh, hold on. Let me put this up here. Impatient Jeets with GLL. Gotta have a few days, weeks of patience. Yeah, I really want to make sure. Like, I think one of the big things I'm big on is making sure that this thing works and doesn't fall apart. So I want to do enough testing to make sure that I'm confident that when we launch this thing, it can actually launch and not rug and not fall apart and not break everything. So that's part of the plan. Yeah, we're 13 on Dex screener. Let's see. Next question. Just click around. Totally follow you. Nice. Yeah, totally was cool. Should be able to go to mainnet in about a week. Meme coin utility is mindshare. Yeah, I actually have another post that I want to talk about, which is called the meme coin is the marketing or something like that. I need to figure out. I need to post that. You said your goal is to make a consumer app, but the concept looks interesting for degens gamblers. Would love to hear your take on this. Yeah, I mean, it's a game, right? So if you think about what people are doing, right? Like when my wife gets on her phone, she plays these little New York Times games all day, right? There's no money attached to them, but I'm sure if there was money, actually there is money because she has to pay to use the games, right? So she's paying these games that are, intellectually stimulating, but sometimes people just want to just unwind and disconnect, right? Like imagine if Flappy Bird, I mean, this is pretty much like Flappy Bird, but imagine if Flappy Bird had a token and you could just play, for $1 or whatever. So this game is just more fast paced and it's more native to crypto. It's like a prediction market that's in real time that's native to crypto. And really, the goal of this game is to push the speed limit of the blockchains, right? I think one of the things that he's talked about recently is just how he really cares about the execution speed of Solana. And I think making the product go faster is one of those things that makes the experience so much better versus if you have to like click and then wait and click and then wait. And so this is really also a performance test application that's designed to help test, can we make this thing, can we push the chain to its limit and really make it go as fast as possible? So that's also another component to this. And yeah, it looks interesting for degens and gamblers, but there's like a whole cohort of apps that are designed for that. Like Robinhood has a bunch of stuff in there and things like that. But Robinhood's built on traditional finance. We're trying to promote crypto and crypto native rails. So this is built fully on chain. Everyone like pump my bags. Oh, of course. Dude, expectations of work and profit from the work of others. That's what everybody's all about in crypto. Actually, there's some people that are helping. There are some people that are helping. So shout outs to the people that are helping. Consumers or degens. Yeah, they're gonna exactly. And wait till this AI comes and takes your job. Then what are you gonna be doing? Specifically mentioned that he wants to onboard people outside of CT. Yeah. The goal. So there's I have a couple of TikTok accounts, and the goal is to create a marketing campaign that does not get people on Twitter. I think there's the Twitter community is very small and very isolated and very insulated. And I think there's a ton of opportunity for people that are just not on Twitter to get into crypto and use something that's cool in crypto. But like I said, there have been very few interesting crypto projects in the last, like couple of months. I think like Hyperliquid is cool. Pump.fun, obviously epic. But outside of that, there hasn't really been that many super, super cool crypto projects. So I think this can be one of the next things that makes a really cool impact on the crypto community and allows people to use crypto and get a feel for what it's like to have, like a real time prediction market. And I think there's also value in the data that comes off of this, right? There's people that could say like, hey, what are people predicting, in terms of the price in the future? Are they predicting Bitcoin's going to go up or down or whatever? So there's a lot of interesting information that you can just glean from having a large amount of consumer data. I mean, you see this already in Polymarket, right? Where you can tell like Polymarket figured out who the election winner was before everybody else, right? So the question is, can we bring that time down and make it faster, make it real time? Yeah, people love gambling too. Everybody loves gambling. Wait, it's me buying. Did it graduate? Oh, it graduated a long time ago. When I tried to run this stream earlier, I couldn't figure out how to get my computer to connect. I know what the problem is now, but it graduated. I don't know. They graduated this thing hours ago, 4 hours ago, or 5 hours ago at this point. I've been trying to get this stream working all day, so you can tell I don't know what I'm doing. Gambling exists outside of crypto too. Yeah, gambling every day. Live stream when you're programming. Okay, I gotta figure out. I just need to make sure I don't expose all my private keys and stuff. So, how he plans to onboard normies? Got to give him something exciting. Keep clowning these fools. Post a screenshot of your DM with Toli. Okay, hold on. Let me go find it. Give me a second. Dame un segundo. Uh-oh. Somebody important just DM me. Anatoly, here you go. All right. There. This was our conversation. So I saw him August 18th at the coffee shop. He said, when mainnet? I said, hey, soon. All right, let's go back. Let's get back to it. Now I lost my place on Twitter. I'm not posting on Twitter. You guys probably gonna clip me and post it all over the place. It was just that. It wasn't anything crazy. All right, let's see. How are this trenches chat? I feel like I'm in like this, like you got the angel on one side and the devil on the other side. I'm like on my regular chats, everybody's all nice and cool, and we're like, don't expose DMs, don't post anything. And then in this other trenches chat, you guys are on another level over here. All right. Let's see. TA. Yeah, my TA is horrible. 11K, damn. What's 11K? Oh, I don't know what 11K is. Bro, bro should start dropping BLOXWAP. BLOXWAP, BLOXWAP. Can you rap for 2 seconds, please? I'm not rapping right now. Let's see. Oh man, this thing's lagging. Let me get this out of the screen. All right. You're selling? Okay. Good for the trenches. Shout out Espanol. Shout out to Toli. Soon, bro. For real, we gotta be able to hit one tap, click $1 for 100x potential. Yeah, this is the goal. Is to be able to do like a one tap one. I mean, you could do like a $10 100x leverage, 10 seconds. Is the game live? There is a practice version of the game live. So it's not spending real money. You can add infinite dollars to your account. So if you just go to blockswap.com. Oh, I need to figure out the caching thing. If you just go here, you should just be able to tap and you could just make a bunch of random guesses and then you could just click on this as many times as you want and add as much money as you want. It'll just refill your account. In the real version, you click on this, it's going to require you to deposit money. Oh, there's 67 players in the game? Good Lord. Oh, you know what I want to check? Let me see something. Oh, it's broken. Okay. Yo, I think there was an earthquake just now. Oh, here he is. What's going on, Jack? X1. How you doing? Dude, you just got here. I'm just about to leave. This is Jack Levin, Cypherius Prime. Go follow him. Follow him on X. Super cool guy. All right. Okay, I'm going to sign off. We're going to get back on tomorrow morning. Okay, now I know how to start these streams and make everything work properly. So tomorrow morning, we're going to get back on. I'll probably, let's see, go to the gym. It'll probably be, I don't know, it's going to have to be pretty early. Maybe I'll do like 9 a.m. Pacific time. I need to check my calendar. But it'll probably be 9 a.m. Pacific time, which is, I think, +2 GMT. Something like that. Let me check my calendar. Oh, I have to actually, somebody's pitching me something tomorrow at 11. Yeah, I'll probably do it tomorrow morning at like 9 a.m. Let me see. 9, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nope. 9 a.m. I have something going on. 11 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow morning. I'm going to get on the stream. We'll talk about it. We'll try to put this thing on DevNet tomorrow morning, okay? Well, I guess it's morning my time. It's probably afternoon for everybody else. Would you be okay with us using the Totally DM screenshot? It doesn't matter. I don't think it's gonna really be that great. I think we can come up with better ideas than that. Bullish on this guy. Thank you. No. You guys are funny. All right. Let's just go back here to these trenches. LFGO. Okay. So I'm going to start taking these creator rewards and putting them into Helios and all the places that we need to get these things so we can do developer DevNet testing tomorrow, okay? And I'll give you guys the links tomorrow. All right? Peace out, everybody. Tomorrow we stream again. Round 2. Streaming every day till mainnet. Let's see. How do I end these streams now? All right. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.